What's up, guys? It's your boy, Mr. Savage Asian, back with another video, and today we're going to be doing another episode of our podcast. And today we have a special guest with us. His name is MML. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What is going on YouTube?
Okay, you guys probably know who he is. He has 11K subs on YouTube. And, yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get into everything that I have planned. Okay, um, first things first, how did you get 11K subs? How did you get those big views and, you know, all that?
Just Madden Mobile in general, starting off from the bottom and
Mm-hmm.
where everyone else started off, just the
Mm-hmm.
grind since day one. Content,
Yeah.
posting, streaming, of course, is probably the main thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that
Get it,
daily
sure.
grind.
Yeah, daily. Also, just knowing your audience and just connecting with people, especially with just other YouTubers, making a kind of like a relationship between them makes it a lot
Mm-hmm.
easier for you to grow.
Yeah, so I've had a couple personal experiences with you. You're a very nice guy.
Yeah,
I've been in your chat a lot.
yeah,
So if you look at your most popular videos, you have like Simpsons predicted coronavirus, some like just miscellaneous videos that are just not related to Madden Mobile, and obviously you have
yeah,
like free 96 overalls in Madden Mobile, and then
yeah.
like XP Fast. Those have like 13 and 12K views, which is really good. But like if you look at like the most viewed is 235K, which is insane, and it's
Yeah.
like Simpsons predicted coronavirus. So um
Yeah, I would just the random videos,
yeah.
like, they do better than most videos. I mean, if you wanna, build a channel, off of, anything, which, that's what my channel is, I wanna build it off of every single possible thing, because
Hmm.
that's the point of YouTube, trying to
Yeah,
expand
of
your
course.
audience. You don't wanna just stick with one game. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. And I see you're into basketball arena nowadays. If you were
Yeah.
before, you got some good views on Fortnite. So I
Yeah,
mean, it definitely helps to expand your content
for sure.
more. Um, okay, so next topic is gonna be the state of Madden Mobile from your perspective, and like why do you think people are quitting, and if there's gonna be something soon, like an announcement or something soon. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough one, because it's been in the same state for, a long time now since,
Mhm.
Madden 16, so it's, nothing really different. It's just EA is just falling into, the trap of,
Mhm.
well, and what I my opinion is, the money hungry state
Oh
where they're
yeah.
kind of
Mhm.
focusing on the money instead of their viewers and,
Oh
the
yeah.
people that play the game.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just, they take away all the good stuff, and, that's why I kinda fell off the game, and, I just stopped playing in general, because
Uh
it's
huh.
just I didn't quit in, perspective of that, just, I come back once in a while to give it a
Mhm.
try again, because it is a game that I grew up playing. It's
Yeah.
just sad that, the developers that I used to because I think they switched people, so that's what happened. They switched developers, or some workers they fired, and it just
Mhm.
didn't work out, of course,
Yeah.
which, yeah, it's a bad thing now.
Mhm. So I mean, I think I started Madden 17. So I mean, it was definitely a better game there, like
Yeah.
back then, and same with Madden 18. And then Overdrive came along, and then it was just a completely different game. And honestly, Overdrive was probably one of the worst ones. Madden 20 got it was a step up from Overdrive, but it was
Yeah.
still not 17 or 18, which those were the days, man.
Yeah, they
Um,
just yeah.
yeah, the devs definitely changed, and
Yeah.
not for the better for sure.
Yeah.
So in me personally, I just quit a couple days ago.
Yeah.
I just feel like the game just got really dry. It was just kind of copy paste promos. Just like okay, you get the same shit from the same set or the same program. Put it into a set, you get a master. I mean, obviously it's gonna be that, but it's like the events were the same, the promos were the same, like design. Like it's just not fun.
Yeah, just no there's really no, it just doesn't seem like they're putting any work into the game in general. It's just the same
Yeah.
thing
Mhm.
every week, and the fact is, people are still contributing to, I understand where, EA is coming, because 'cause they're saying people are enjoying the game, which, that's not the case. People still come back to play. It doesn't mean people are enjoying
Mhm.
it, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a difference between that,
Mhm.
and, like even some of like the people like we talked to Legend before. He's like a Discord. He owns the Madden Mobile Discord. He plays the game. Not really like an owner, but like he know like a lot of them know the game's
Yeah.
falling off, and they can't say anything about it. But we've had some talks before, and just we know that some of the even like this like Nick Messina, like that they know, and I know they just don't want to say it, but they know the game has taken a hit for the worse, and they're trying to just make it better, which it kind of sucks because they get all the they get all like everyone's angry at them, even though they have nothing to do with it. It's
Yeah,
just
facts.
they get paid to tell us all this information
Mhm.
and all of that. But
Yeah, it's definitely sad where the game's gone. And the thing about it is, Madden 18, I think I had like 117 overall team. It's just like the free to play players had a chance, and now it's like free to play you can get to pretty much like a 96 or 97 overall team. But then all
yeah,
these guys are at like a 98 or a 99. It's just really really hard to compete. And 97 is like almost unachievable if you're not grinding every single day for so
yeah,
long, dude.
play
Like,
play every day, and you
yeah,
have to spend money too. Just
yeah.
kind of
I was playing
ridiculous.
the game, maybe 30, 40 minutes a day, getting on the auction. I was trying to get some snipes in, and then I was still at like a 95 overall team before I quit the game. So I mean, not too bad of a team. It's just like I didn't feel like grinding every single day. To get coins, to get stamina, to
Yeah.
get like just to play the programs. It's just it was the same. And I feel like everybody's quitting because everybody like I guess it's like so a couple people started it, and then it was just kind of a domino effect. People were like, you know what, I'm done with this game. There's not getting any views. It's not, it's what my fans like, but it's not what I like, and that's the point of YouTube. Let that
Yeah.
be your passion.
I don't know. I feel
Um,
like the game, like, kind of like, I don't know. This year, I noticed the views are starting to go a little bit back up,
a little bit,
but
yeah, definitely.
it's the reason behind that is because they're introducing new things. Like they introduced the yard, and that honestly, it's a good thing. But I think they put too much time into it, so it
Hmm.
wasn't helpful for
Yeah,
like the game in general. Which they should be focusing on putting stuff in packs and
yeah,
just
definitely.
coin packs in general
Just
to make the game
like
more
Madden
fun for free
18,
to play.
17, there was like some crazy stuff you could pull. You could put like a 99 in a pro pack. That was like the most hype thing. And then like even like last year you could pull those like 99 overalls, and then this year's maximum pull is like an 89, dude. Like that's not even cool. You know?
No, yeah, you can't pull anything right now, which
Yeah,
makes it
it's
hard
just
for the free to play. Yeah, it's hard for the free to play players to have fun opening packs because it's the same thing. You pull the same players that are worth nothing.
yeah.
So it's like,
Mhm.
what's the point of opening packs at that point?
Yeah, back in Madden 18, it was so hype when you got something, you know.
Yeah,
But it's just now you're opening 10K coins worth of pro packs to get 3K back or something. Like
yeah,
it's
you
literally nothing. You're getting dirt shit for
can't even get legends anymore. You have to
yeah,
spend
yeah.
$100 in the
Mhm.
store, which is that's stupid.
Yeah.
Especially when the game at the end of the season resets and you lose
Mhm.
everything you put
Yeah.
into it.
Obviously.
And they took away the one key thing they took away was the if you spend like a certain amount of money, I think it was Man 16, you get like I think it was called like the I forgot what it was like I don't know, I forgot, but if you
Is it
spend
the
like a certain
armor
amount of
thing?
money, yeah, it's like yeah, well they still have that, but they took away this old thing that it was you're called like an EA game changer or something. It was in the bottom of your screen back in Madden 16, and if
Mhm.
you spend a certain amount of money in the game before that, so if you play Madden 16, I mean Madden
Mhm.
15, you spent money and you spent a certain amount, you would get free packs and like free like all this other stuff as well, which
Yeah.
they took that away, but they still have now and later, of course.
Yeah. Well, it's just like, and then like even like the now and laters, like they're kind of stupid. It's like you
They're
get
not
two pro
good.
packs. It's like okay, dude, how is that gonna give me an
Yeah.
advantage in the game?
Well, it
Like
targets the people that spend money
yeah.
mostly. Yeah.
Hmm. And it's just like it's impossible to free to play players to compete, and they're it's like you said, they're just money hungry, and they're
Yeah.
trying to get, and it's like the yard is cool. It's just like the actual like community doesn't really play the yard as much as they actually play the game, and it's great that they're bringing in more people to the community, but it's the people that were in there originally are leaving now because they focused on the yard too much, and instead of
Yeah. It's
focusing on
just
the game.
yeah. EA just keeps ruining their background. I feel like
Hmm.
everyone knows them now for just being like it sucks to say it, but there's money hunger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like everyone knows them for that, and we all know that they honestly, I'm just gonna be straight up. They could be a good company, and I know they have what it takes. It's just they don't want to. They'd rather be in it for the money, and you see what it's brought them to. Now the NFL doesn't want them to have the rights anymore. They're letting other companies
Yeah.
make games, and if they like their games better, they're gonna just strip the rights away from EA. Which I mean, I'm fine with that because yeah, they've literally made terrible games for the past couple of years now, and
Mhm.
everyone's sick of it. So no
It's just
point.
like obviously people are spending money on console, but like there's definitely a lot of people still spending money on mobile. So I mean,
Yeah,
I think if you did more to keep like your actual community together instead of you know focusing on pay to win players, which there isn't as much. It's
yeah,
Madden Mobile used to be a place where like free to play players and pay to win players would like enjoy the game together. Obviously, play to win players who could be 3 or 4 overalls higher, but it'd still be a fun game for everybody. And then it's just like it just got to the point where you couldn't win unless you paid money, you know. So it's like you couldn't
yeah,
compete unless you paid money.
yeah.
Um,
It's just annoying.
yeah, yeah, that definitely just got to a point. Um, so next topic, have you ever like thought of just completely quitting the game?
Um, I mean, there's always like a thin like between usually yeah, I would say definitely. I mean, I think
Mm-hmm.
we all have had the thought of just quitting Madden Mobile. It's just the thing is, it's like I used to play Clash of Clans a lot. A lot of people
Mm-hmm.
might know about that. That's like a childhood game for me in a way. I
Yeah.
play that. I take a break from it because I get extremely bored of it, and I come back. It's the same with Madden Mobile. I
Mm-hmm.
have the same thing. Something just makes me come back and enjoy the game for a little bit, and then
Yeah,
I just quit
definitely.
again. Which it's maybe it's just because of promos or just updates that make
Mm-hmm.
me come back. But I don't think I would generally quit. It's just like when we grow up, of course, we get more busier and busier, and it's just a lot harder to play such games like Madden Mobile because it's more grindy.
Yeah, definitely. It's like I don't know. So, okay, next topic. Your favorite team is the Jets, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so we're just gonna talk about a little bit of like the state of the Jets. Who do you think they're gonna draft? And we're gonna talk about a little bit of their free agency. Kind of get
Yeah.
away from that Madden Mobile topic. All right, so
Yeah.
the Jets they went like what was their record like 2-14 something like that.
Yeah. 2-14.
Jets
Fortunately.
record. It was yeah, it was 2-14. So
Yeah.
do you think they should keep Darnold? That's like the main question around the Jets right now. What's your
I
opinion on
mean,
that?
yeah, I think he has potential. I think people just kind of hated on him since he had a bad coach, didn't have wide receivers. I think he has
Mm-hmm.
more potential than most people think, and
Yeah.
I honestly think he could be one of like the top 5 QBs this year because he's got wide receivers now, and
Mm-hmm.
people might
Yeah.
laugh at me for saying that, but like if you've seen if you watch film and watch what he's done with his feet and everything, and he's went through a lot with mono, and he's gotten taken out, and then he gets benched a lot because of the Jets trying to let other QBs come in as well, so he's not
Mm-hmm.
getting that much playing time, which now he is,
Yeah.
of course.
Definitely.
Which yeah, new wide receivers now Corey Davis coming in
Mm-hmm.
with
Yeah.
Denzel
Definitely.
Mims. I feel like
And
Darnold's got
honestly, I think if you're gonna stick with Darnold, I think you either go with Penny Sewell in the draft, or you go with Devontae Smith, or you
yeah,
take a
I
different
yeah.
receiver in the draft. You target somebody on offense to help that offense go. Because honestly, that defense isn't even like that bad. That defense is not great, but it's not
Yeah,
terrible.
I
You
think
still have
yeah.
Marcus May, you still have C.J. Mosley. You have some good playmakers on the defense. Just the offense can't perform.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
And then
So
there's also I think yeah, we signed Justin Hardy, and then there's also some
yeah.
talks of I forgot. I'm not too sure if he signed already, but I forgot his name. It was another cornerback we're hiring, which is a good pickup. Which I don't know. I think the team this year has potential, and there's also talks and rumors that James Conner from the Steelers might come sign with
Mm,
us. Which I don't know how we're going to acquire him. I don't know what we're going to have to give them for him because he's actually really good in
yeah,
my
I think that would be a really good pickup for them because you know what, Frank Gore is was good, but he's not
yeah.
good anymore.
He's not well. He's not bad. It's just
He's just not
last year
good.
as well. He didn't have an offensive
Just
line.
let
Makai
him go, bro.
Becton's.
Just
Yeah, he. Yeah. I
he's
mean,
like
he's good
95
though.
years old,
he's
good.
good for mentoring the new halfbacks that come in, and that's what.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if you look at his stats, I mean, he's not terrible. He's aging,
He's
which
always been a good back. He's never been, game changing or like amazing. Even with the Niners, he's always been a good back. Just
yeah,
somebody reliable that you can, get like 3 or 4 yards from.
yeah,
So we'll go ahead and go through all the free agent signings, and what you think about it. So like rate it like 1 to 5. Let's do
yeah,
1 to 10. 1 to 10. So Carl Lawson, defensive end from the Bengals. Younger guy. He's pretty good.
yeah. I think he's pretty solid. I mean, I've
Mm-hmm.
watched a little bit of like things about him because I wasn't too sure, and like I know a bunch of Jets fans weren't too sure about it, but
Mm-hmm.
I think it's good that like I don't honestly care who we get, as long as if they fit the system, the defensive
Mm-hmm.
system
Yeah.
for Robert Saleh, and
Saleh. Yeah.
if it all comes together at the end of it, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter if
Yeah.
they played good one year and bad one year because people always have their on and off, and you never know how people are gonna play.
Yeah. For sure.
So yeah, I would definitely give him like a good 7, which is pretty up
Yeah,
there.
that's pretty up there, dude.
Yeah,
I think I would rate that like a 6 or a 5. I think it's a good signing. It's an underrated signing, but uh,
yeah,
if he makes an impact right away, then I'd be surprised. It's gonna be a little while for him to adjust to that scheme.
yeah.
The next one would be Corey Davis. Very good player out of the Titans, obviously.
Very very good player. Yeah, I mean he's honestly a monster
Yeah.
in
Hmm.
terms. I mean, I'm just confused in why the Titans got rid of their 2 wide receivers, but besides the point, Corey Davis is a good playmaker, and it definitely fits the system with Robert Saleh and Denzel Mims. And just imagine the wide receiver core we're gonna have now
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Denzel Mims, Corey Davis, and then we also signed the
Keelan Cole. Hmm.
Keelan Cole from the Jaguars, which
Yeah.
I'm not too sure about him, but
He's
he
pretty
can't
good.
be that
He's
bad.
like a jump
Yeah,
ball about. He's kind of like a speedster guy, and
yeah, and I'm pretty
he's
sure
got
we
a
still have
athletic
Jamison
frame.
Crowder, but
Yeah, Crowder's really
yeah,
good too. He's like a really, really good slot guy. I would rate him like to Crowder. I would put him top 15 slot guys in the league, maybe even top 10 slot
yeah,
guys.
he's
He's
not bad.
just a very, very good slot guy. He's one of the most reliable people. You know,
Yeah,
like I had him on my fantasy team on my bench. He'd get like 20 points a game. He's reliable. He gets those
yeah,
targets. So Corey Davis, would you rate it out of 10?
definitely like I definitely a 9. I think he has
Mm,
good potential. I think he has good potential. I mean, especially with the Jets really didn't have that many weapons, and they're gonna have to
yeah,
target
for
every
sure.
single one of them now. You mean
Yeah, it's just
can't
like
just target James
it's
Crowder?
it's the question if he's gonna stay healthy or not. Is like 2 years, like last year, he had a really really good year because he stayed healthy like 90% of the year, and he
Yeah,
also had a threat like beside him, which was a couple threats beside him, and obviously Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry puts that extra guy in the box, so another one less safety or linebacker to cover him, and then you obviously have big boy AJ Brown on the other side, and then Jonnu Smith in the middle of the field, which definitely helps you have a good year. But he was still getting those targets. He was still making those really contested catches. So I mean that definitely helps. I would rate like a 7 or an 8, even.
yeah,
We'll go ahead and skip to like Lamarcus Joyner. He's safety from the Raiders. Pretty good player. I think he was behind Jonathan Abram, or maybe he
yeah,
was something like that. He's on the Raiders. He's a pretty good player, younger guy. He's just I think I would rate that like a 6 out of 10, maybe a 5. It was a good underrated signing.
yeah. I don't know. I think he has good potential, especially with like because he's been in the league a little bit now,
Hmm.
which
Yeah, definitely has.
definitely has some mentoring for the cornerbacks, which we have Bryce Hall, of course, which he's going to have another good season because he was getting really good at the end of the season. I feel like
Hmm.
he was getting used to the NFL. Like when you first come in, you're not going to play crazy. I mean, some do players do, but you know what I mean. Like you have
Hmm.
to adapt to the new. I think I would say culture of the just everything.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
yeah, Lamarcus Joyner, what 1 year signing, so
Hmm.
not bad. You know what I mean, especially to have some more depth on the defense,
Oh
and I
yeah,
think it was
for
a good
sure.
signing.
And especially like you look at that secondary. You have Brian Poole. You have Bryce Hall. You have Marcus May. You know,
Yeah,
and
we
you
have a
have
pretty good
Lamarcus
defense.
Joyner. Yeah, that
Just
secondary looks pretty locked down, man. Maybe if you could have gotten maybe
yeah,
one more corner, maybe even in the draft. with your second round pick, you look for a corner, then that could be lethal. Or even with your second first round pick, you look for Caleb Farley or like Patrick Surtain. Patrick Surtain's probably gonna go early, but you look for one of them, later in the first round, and that could be a really good steal. Um,
Yeah, for sure.
mhm. And then at tight end, Tyler Croft got signed to a 1 year deal.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about him because I haven't really seen too much.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, the Jets really didn't never. We never had a tight end for like the past couple years
Yeah,
now. I
Hagler.
mean, Eric Decker. Yeah, Eric Decker was like the only one that I kind of like
He
remember
was
had a
like a
good season.
receiver though. He wasn't really a tight end.
Yeah, he's more. Yeah, I mean, he was tight end slash wide receiver, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, yeah, we have Chris Herndon, which I never thought he was
Yeah.
good in
He was
terms. He's
not.
decent,
You got
but
Ryan Griffin.
yeah, they didn't really fit the tight end because
Yeah.
tight end for me are like Gronkowski, like huge people that can make these insane catches
Mhm.
over people, which like the Jets tight ends last couple of years haven't been doing
Yeah,
that, haven't been
definitely
really
not.
showing.
That's for sure.
But yeah,
Well, I mean, like Tyler
that
Croft, he's from the Bills, so I think he has some potential. He
yeah,
was he was there when Dawson Knox was injured, and he did play decently with Josh Allen at quarterback. So
yeah,
I think that he does have some potential, at least, um,
yeah.
to do well. And then the final one would be Sheldon Rankins from the Saints.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why, but I'm pretty sure he already was on the Jets before, unless I'm tripping. But
Was he?
I think he was, unless he wasn't, but it was someone else. But um, definitely a good signing and definitely helps out in terms of like now we have him, we have Quentin Williams going. Just, I mean, I feel like our defense this year is going to have good potential, especially with the new coach. Last year, the coaches, um, Gase and our other, I forgot the defensive coach's name already, but they were just kind of all going at it last year, which last year was just a completely trash year, which I'm actually happy it went that way because
Mm-hmm.
now we're finally rebuilding and we have something going for us in terms of like the defense is rebuilding itself, which is
Mm-hmm.
nice, and then
For sure.
the offense, of course, is getting rebuilt hugely.
Mm-hmm.
And then now it comes down to the draft, which I'm hoping we don't do stupid things and take players that were not
Mm-hmm.
necessary. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't honestly think a QB is necessary, but at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, I'm like, if we don't take one of these QBs and like Justin Fields has a completely pop off year and he gets drafted, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we didn't take him, then that's just gonna come back and bite us. It's like,
Yeah. Or even like
shit.
Zach Wilson. I honestly like to be completely honest with you. Um, I put Zach Wilson over Justin Fields just because of the accuracy and the throw power.
Yeah. No, I would
Just
probably do the same. Yeah.
yeah, Justin Fields probably has the pure athleticism over Zach Wilson, but Zach Wilson is just he's just more composed in the pocket. You see Justin Fields, he even had like a good offensive line around him, and um, he was getting very much pressured, and even when he was pressured, he wasn't throwing the ball very well. But again, he's still a very good player, and I think Jets fans would be happy to take either quarterback.
Yeah.
And even if you didn't take a quarterback, even if you took Penei Sewell with that pick, or like an edge rusher or a cornerback, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be surprised either. So,
Well, yeah, with the transferring of Joe Flacco to the Eagles, which
mm-hmm,
I think the Jets are getting. This is like a hint that the Jets are setting up to get in another QB because they got rid of him. So then now Darnold's going to be mentoring the next one that comes in, which is going to be Wilson, or if the Jets take Fields, which I'm kind of hoping Wilson, like you said. But
mm-hmm,
um, I think this is a hint for us that they're going to take a QB, or they're even going to trade Darnold for. People are saying
yeah,
Deshaun Watson, which I don't honestly want that trade. I mean, Deshaun Watson's a good QB and all. I just don't think it's going to really fit into the system we have running with
I,
Robert
I
Lee.
just I just think that with that, you're gonna probably have to give up both first round picks this year, and maybe even more, like maybe like a CJ Mosley or a Quinnen Williams in that trade. So it just wouldn't be like the most valuable trade. So like I could see like a first, maybe another first, and Sam Darnold for Deshaun Watson, and I think that it might be worth it, but it might not because he doesn't have the weapons. You saw that offensive line just collapse immediately to any D line. You know, so
Yeah.
uh, Deshaun Watson will have zero time in the pocket. So if he goes to the Jets, obviously. So it just wouldn't be a good
Yeah.
situation for either team. They'd be paying him way too much. They'd be giving him way too much. And honestly, I think out of 10, like for free agency as a total for the Jets, I would give them an 8 because they did fill a lot of holes. So like that they did need, but there's
Yeah.
still some work to be done in the draft, like you said. Um,
Sure.
yeah. So yeah. I mean, I think that's it all for all the topics that I have. Do you have anything else that you want to talk about?
Um. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's breaking news or something, but hold up. I think someone just signed with. Hold up. So yeah, never mind. It was just a re-signing of T.Y. Hilton. It was nothing really.
Oh,
Which
okay.
T.Y. Hilton's
Yeah.
pretty good, but
Yeah. So, I mean, if there's anything else you want to talk about, I mean, it's 25 minutes, so we pretty much have like a couple minutes to talk about whatever you want to talk about.
um, what do you think about what the Patriots have done in this free agency?
Oh,
Like
yeah, that
they
is.
they've done a lot. I
Yeah,
mean,
they
they
honestly they addressed exactly what they needed to. But personally, I felt blindsided by the Cam thing. Like, why would you re-sign Cam? I mean, I could see like a tag and trade or a sign and
yeah
trade, but like if you're actually gonna keep him, I don't know what you're doing because he did terrible last year, and
yeah
even with those weapons that he has now, those guys aren't really gonna help him because like Kendrick Bourne, you see him, he's gone up for those catches, and it's been like accurate throws that he's made those catches from. Inaccurate throws from Jimmy Garoppolo, he just doesn't make those catches. He's not that kind of
yeah
guy. So
yeah
it's gonna have to be an accurate throw from Cam for him to make the catch, and it's not gonna be an accurate throw from Cam, so he's not gonna
yeah
make the catch. Um, Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry, those are two amazing signings. Personally, I thought that was
yeah
gonna be one of them was gonna be the Jets, personally, or the Bills, or
yeah. I thought Hunter
anybody
Henry was
else.
coming to the Jets,
Yeah,
but yeah, the
that's
Jets
what I thought
didn't.
too.
They didn't take. Yeah, we didn't take the charge on. I feel like the Patriots went in to they just knew what they were gonna go for.
Yeah,
They
they knew
knew.
exactly what they were going for, and
Which
they just
that's what
went
you're
all in.
supposed to. Yeah, you're supposed to figure that out before, because
Yeah.
you know in
Mhm.
advance who's gonna be there. With the Jets, I don't know what we were doing, but we kind of slept on a couple like key like water sheet. Like we could have got Juju, even though with all the TikTok issues. Like he's a good player. He's
Corey.
not bad. He's not
Yeah,
too bad.
he's definitely a good player. He's just he has those issues off the field, but
Yeah,
I, even with those like defensive signings like Devon Godshaw and Kyle Van Noy from the Dolphins, and Kyle Van Noy coming back is a
yeah,
huge part of that defense, and I think that they're gonna be, let's predict the record, like 7-9. I think 7-9 for them, and for the Jets, let's predict the record. Huh? Don't be offended. I want to say it's like 6-10. Without a quarterback, like it just depends who you draft, man. If you draft a quarterback and it's Zach Wilson, I would give you 7-9. But without
yeah.
Zach
I don't.
Wilson, I'd probably give you under 6-10. It's just
Yeah, I just
it's the
wonder
quarterback
how it would
situation.
work out.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the Jets always hadn't like every year we put in you get like a QB that doesn't know what they're doing or that is new to the league. Which like if we keep like I think the point of like the rebuilding stage is to keep an old QB to have the same, just the same, what is it called, like knowledge, like you know what I mean,
Hmm.
like you
Yeah.
go into the next year and you still know most of the people on your team. You want to have that connection with them,
Hmm.
and
Yeah, for
if
sure.
you don't build that bond between players, like which the Jets got rid of a good amount of people that he had bonds with. So now he's
Hmm.
gonna have to bond with Corey Davis, and of course he's still got Mims, which he already got some
Hmm.
bond with. So now this could be a little bit easier. But I think we gotta just stick with Darnold, and we can't have. I mean, I think maybe we should take Wilson, maybe bench him for most of the time, let him play a couple times just to see how he plays out,
Hmm.
and take some tips the first time around, and then the next season he plays. Which that's kind of how it works for most rookie quarterbacks. They
Yeah,
kind of
unless
get
you're in like a terrible situation, like Joe Burrow, like that was just a bad
yeah,
situation. You know, it's just it
very
has to be
bad
the right
situation. You look
situation.
what happened.
Hmm. But the
Yeah,
thing is,
the Bengals.
I think if the Jets do draft the quarterback, I think they will get rid of Sam Darnold. It's just I think that's the way it's gonna work out if they do draft a quarterback, And if they trade Sam Darnold, it's gonna happen either way. You know, it might be the second pick, or it could be the 10th pick. You know, they could use that second pick on Zach Wilson, or they could use that 10 pick on Trey Lance or Mac Jones or Kyle Trask possibly. You know, so it's just
Yeah.
it really does depend on that draft. And if that draft is really good, then I would give them even like a possibly winning record, like a 9-7 record if they do well in that draft, because they are a decent team, and I would put them middle of the pack, and like maybe like power rankings, I would put them like after a draft. If they had a good draft, I would put them like maybe like an 18, maybe 19 in the league. So it's just yeah, and
Yeah.
I think that's all the time that we do have.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being my special guest today.
No problem.
And yeah, man, I think I'll put his link in the description. Go sub to him. I mean, he has a lot more subs than I do, so that's not pretty insignificant. But thank you guys
Hey,
so much
every
for watching, and I'll see you guys next episode.